guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I'm going to share with you a bit of a book haul. So I just got back from the thrift store. It's the Monday after Christmas, and I just bought way too many books at the thrift store. And I have quite the accumulation of books sitting here waiting to be hauled, so I figured now's a good time to film one. So I have a variety of things here. I have the books that I hauled or that I thrifted when I did my Thrift With Me video earlier in December, I think. Was it? Yeah, I think it was in December. Or it might have been November. Regardless, I will link the video, but I have those books. I have some books that I ordered new just because I wanted them. I have a book outlet order. I have the books that I got my kids for Christmas, and then I have the books that I thrifted today. So let's get into this. I am really quickly going to go through the books that I hauled in the Thrift With Me video. So these came from a couple of different thrift stores as well as my library. They do like a book sale at the front of the store, and I got a couple of books from there as well. So yeah, let's start there. So the two books that I picked up from the library, the first one is A Darker Shade of Magic. These are both library cast-offs, and so I need to still like try to get the plastic off of them. But I got A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is one that I never got around to from my 2020 TBR, but I still really want to read it. I've tried the audiobook and it sucks. So I picked up a physical version of it, and yeah, so got that one. That's YA fantasy. I also picked up a middle grade. It is The Cottage in the Woods by Catherine Colville. This is one that I have heard compared to like Jane Austen meets like fairy tale sort of thing. It says, once upon a time there was a girl with golden locks, but that's not the real beginning of the tale. The real story starts with a bear. And so I don't really know what it's about other than that. I got this because I heard Anne at Elizabeth Ann Reed's talk about it. So anyway, I picked both of these two up. This was like $1 because it was a kid's book, and this was probably like $1 or something. But got those from the library sale. And then I got a bunch of books at the thrift store. The first of which, I'm going to start with middle grade, is a Jack Prelutsky, It's Raining Pigs and Noodles. Jack Prelutsky is a poet that my kids really like, very reminiscent of like Shel Silverstein for my generation. I love Shel Silverstein growing up. I still love Shel Silverstein, and yeah, so this is just a bunch of goofy poems that my kids like. This is also a library cast-off, but I'm hoping I can get the plastic off of it. Shouldn't be an issue. All right, I also got Pam Munoz-Ryan's Paint the Wind. I have almost all of Pam Munoz-Ryan's books. I hadn't owned this one, though. This one isn't actually my favorite of hers, but I love her as an author, and I have all her other work, so I just wanted it for my shelves. I picked up Sylvia and Aki by Winifred Conklin. This is actually based on a true story. It is about a Japanese-American girl and a Mexican-American girl, and it has to do with school segregation after World War II, and this case in the court system kind of helped with the 1960s civil rights issues with school desegregation in the South. Anyway, it's really short. I want to read it. Got that. This is a cover buy for me. It was brand new. It's called A Tale Dark and Grim. It looks like spooky. It says, reader beware, warlocks with dark spells, hunters with deadly aim, and bakers with ovens retrofitted for cooking children lurk within these pages. But if you dare, turn the page and learn the true story of Hansel and Gretel, the story behind and beyond the breadcrumbs, edible houses, and outwitted witches. Come on in. It may be frightening, it's certainly bloody, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart, but unlike those other fairy tales you know, this one is true. It's in like brand new condition, and it looked like a lot of fun. So I got that one. Another one that I got that's brand new that I've heard a lot about is The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valente. All I know about this one is that it's a fantasy. I honestly don't really know what this is about. It's about a girl named September. She's invited to Fairyland by a green wind and a leopard. But Fairyland is in turmoil. I don't know. But I've heard really good things about it, so I grabbed it. Same with this one. I've just heard really good things about it. This is Pax by Sarah Pennypacker, and I love this cover, first of all. It's in brand new condition, and it's about a fox. That's really all I know. And a boy who, I don't know if he like bonds with the fox or if it's a pet fox or what it is. I think it has to do with one of the wars, either World War I or World War II. But I grabbed that one. And then I also got Poppy by Avi. This is just like an old classic that is about a mouse. That's all I know. So grab those ones. Oh, and then I was told that this is also, I guess, technically considered middle grade. I did not know that. I don't know if I would let a middle grader read this, but that is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. I picked this up. I have never read the book. I've seen the movie, and I honestly don't know if I want to read the book. I probably do, but I know how it ends, and it's just sad. So this has to do with a boy that is in a concentration camp, and a boy that is outside of a concentration camp during World War II. All right. During that haul, I also picked up a little picture book for my son, Truck Buddies. This is just a very short book about trucks. I have a 3-year-old son, and so I try to look through the kids' books too, and I have a few other things for him in my book outlet haul. All right, adult books that I got during that thrift haul, or Thrift With Me video, Wicked by Gregory Maguire. This is just one that I have seen a lot, and know it's the book that the Broadway musical was based off of. I see it at the thrift store often. I've just never picked it up, and so I grabbed that. I grabbed a brand new copy of White Fragility. This is by Robin DiAngelo, and I've heard really, really good things about this, and thought this would be a really good one to read right now. I got The Night Tiger. I have no idea what this is about. It has to do with it's set in China, but I've seen it around, and I loved the cover, so I just got it. And then we have F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. This is just a classic that I did not own. Another cover by The Immortalists. I mean, I've heard of The Immortalists, but I just wanted it because I love the cover. I've actually heard very mixed things about this. Most people don't really care for it, but the cover is just so beautiful that I bought it anyway. So this has to do with like this family who they meet somebody who can tell them the specific day they'll die, and then how they live after that, I guess. And then my gem of a book that I found during that haul is a brand new copy of The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. This was like $1 or something, I don't even remember, but it's brand spanking new, and I cannot wait to read this. So that was everything that I gotten from my Thrift With Me video that I did. All right, book outlet. Let's do that next. So some kids books that I got in my book outlet order. These are all for my son. I will either put them in his Easter basket or just give them to him. But I got a Star Wars little golden book, I Am a Hero. I think that's Kylo Ren. I'm not 100% sure on that. But he has some lightsabers that he likes to play with, so I thought that'd be fun. I thought this was actually going to be a little golden book, but it's like paperback and it's big, but it is The Happy Man and His Dump Truck. So that kind of seemed like something he would be into. He's into trucks. This one just looked cute. I have no idea what this is about at all. Chicken Dance by Tammy Sawyer, illustrated by Dan Santat. It just looked funny. It has to do with Elvis Poultry. I have no idea. It just looked fun. This is another picture book that just looked like fun. Ball and Balloon by Rob Sanders and illustrated by Helen Yoon. It just looked fun. He is kind of getting more into these like bigger picture books, so that one looked like fun for him. All right, those were the picture books that I got. I also got a couple of middle grade. This is a book series that I was looking up different book series to introduce my kids to, and this one came up, and and it just, I don't know, it sounded very much like Jurassic Park for kids. It's called Edge of Extinction, The Ark Plan. Is the first one, and then I also got the second one, which is Codename Flood, but it has to do, I think it's like set in the future, and it is about humanity had to flee underground because dinosaurs came back, or something happened, and now dinosaurs are like ruling the earth, and so humanity lives underground, but they need to like go back up above ground, and so it's just about them trying to survive around dinosaurs. I thought it sounded like fun, and I might read one of these out loud to my kids. I don't know. I love dinosaurs, so I was into it. Got those. All right, and then something I got like for homeschooling. This is The Untold History of the United States Young Readers Edition, Volume 2. I actually went and got a used copy of Volume 1. It's still in the mail somewhere as well, but I just thought that this would be useful to have. My oldest daughter's in 5th grade, and we're trying to do some U.S. history with her this year for homeschooling, and so I thought that this would kind of be an interesting take on things. It just goes through the history of the United States, but it'd be a good resource for us to have. And then the last one I got is Christmas, a Biography by Judith Flanders. This one just sounded very interesting to me. On the back, it says, Christmas has always been a magical time, or has it? 30 years after the first recorded Christmas, one archbishop was already complaining that his flock was spending the day not in worship, but in dancing and feasting to excess. By 1616, the playwright Ben Jonson was nostalgically remembering the Christmases of the old days, certainly that they had been better. Other elements of Christmas are much newer. Who would have thought gift wrap was a novelty of the 20th century? That the first holiday parade was neither at Macy's nor even in the United States. Some things, however, never change. In 1805, the leaders of the Lewis and Clark expedition exchanged, what else? Presents of underwear and socks. Christmas is all things to all people, a religious festival, a family celebration, a period of eating and drinking. In Christmas, best-selling author and acclaimed historian Judith Flanders cast a sharp eye on its myths, legends, and history to draw a picture of the season it has never been seen before. So that just sounded really, really interesting to me. So I got this one. I will probably read this next Christmas because I didn't get to it this Christmas. That sounded good. And then I also got more puzzle books. You guys know Book Outlet is where I get my puzzle books, and I love these Paint Doku books. So I got a couple more for myself because I've already done all of the puzzles and the other ones that I had gotten previously. All right, books that I got for my kids for Christmas. We'll just go, each kid got 2 books. My son got some superhero books. So the first one he got is a Look and Find, a Marvel Look and Find. He's really into Look and Finds, and he is a younger brother to 3 older sisters, so he gets a lot of Disney Princess Look and Finds. So I thought it would be appropriate to get him something that is more up his alley, so we got him that. And then we also got him a little golden book. It's Avengers Battle on the Moon. It's just a little Avengers superheroes. He's into superheroes. All right. My 6-year-old got these cute little graphic novels that I found. It's PB&J. We got Stuck Together and Wannabes. But it's so cute because it's like P, it's a little P, a B, and a blue J. And it's PB&J. And they're just really fun early reader kind of graphic novels, and she has been loving these. Like, we sit down and we read them together with her. She loves them. Highly recommend those. My 9-year-old, I got these 2 books for her. I don't remember which one. Oh, duh. Okay. The Familiars by Adam J. Epstein and Andrew Jacobson. It's a magic book. So we have The Familiars and then The Familiars Palace of Dreams. So these are about animals that basically are familiars to witches and wizards. So they're pets, I guess. So she got those two. And then my oldest daughter, who is 10, got the first two books in the Among the Hidden series by Margaret Peterson Haddix. I had read through the first one of this before. I don't know if I went on, but this just sounded like something my 10-year-old would really enjoy. And so this has to do with, it's a society where you're only allowed to have 2 kids, and this series is written from the point of view of a third child who has like been kept in hiding his whole life. So that's what the 10-year-old got. Okay, all of that is done. Let's go over what I purchased for myself. I went ahead and just ordered Witches of Brooklyn because I wanted it and it wasn't super expensive. Sometimes graphic novels can be really expensive for what they are, but this is one that I just wanted to own, so I bought it. And then I got 2 Harry Potter books. The first one I got is this. This is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It's the first book. It is in this series. It's designed and illustrated by Minalima? I don't know. But the thing with this, I saw this on Sarah from Sarah's Nightstands channel. So the thing with this one is that not only is it illustrated beautifully, I'm trying to find a full page illustration that doesn't have like other stuff on it. Of course. Okay. So like here's one of the illustrations. It's illustrated beautifully, but then on top of that there's like interactive elements with it. So like here is like one of the pages. So you like open this up and then you can like spin this. And there's just like all these like flip outs and my kids are slamming doors. Like it's just beautiful, and it is not that expensive for what it is. So I grabbed it because it's just beautiful. And then I also got the 4th Harry Potter, the big illustrated editions. I have the first 3. I was waiting for a deal on the 4th one, and I ended up being able to get it for like $15 on Amazon, so I did. They're normally like $45. So very excited to have this. And these are also just, the illustrations are incredible, but they're huge. So got both of those. That's what I bought for myself. So I just realized that my husband left the sound machine on, and I have been filming this entire video with his sound machine on. So I'm not going to refilm all this. I apologize. I hope you can understand everything. But we're just going to keep going. So the next thing that I want to share with you is I had a lovely, lovely subscriber send me some books that I was just completely tickled pink about. It made me tear up because it was just the sweetest thing. And so Teresa, thank you so much. You like made my whole month by sending me these. The first one that she sent me is called Standing Up Against Hate. This is by Mary Cronk Farrell, and it's how Black women in the Army helped change the course of World War II. And she sent me this because she knows that my daughter is into World War II, and she thought that we could use this for school. So I thought that that was so kind of her to think of me and my kids and to send me that. And then she also, finding all these things that I forgot I had in here. She also sent me a copy of The Yellow House by Sarah M. Broom. This is one that I've been wanting to read for a long time. I've heard amazing things about it. The print in this is so tiny. But this is a nonfiction about a family. I think it's in New Orleans, and just kind of this family who struggled. And so I'm excited about that. She sent me another book, and now I can't find it, but I will put it up here. But it is a Horse Diaries book that has to do, it's like Jingle Bells, and it has to do with Christmas time, and she sent it to me for me to share with my kids, and I just thought that that was the sweetest thing ever. We did not get a chance to read it this year because we only read one book together in December because we were really struggling with some behavior in the evenings. And so we did not get around to reading it, but it is definitely going to be getting read out loud, and I can't wait to share that with them. And like I said, thank you again, Teresa, for sharing these books with me and for thinking of me. You made me feel all the things. All right. And then I had a gift exchange with some of my mom friends, and one of my friends, she gifted me with Jodi Picoult's Handled with Care. This is one from Jodi that I have not heard of, actually, but I trust that it's good. She said it's one of hers. It's actually a hand-me-down from her shelf, which I love all the more, and I can't wait to read this. So I got that one. I'm looking around to see. I'm not staying very organized at all here. All right, and then let's go with what I got today. So today I got a number of really fun things. I hit the jackpot kind of today. Let's start with middle grade, as always. I picked up a copy of The Little House in the Big Woods. I've never read The Little House on the Prairie series, and this is in perfect condition, and it was $1, so I got it. I also was able to find a number of Newbery winning books. Sorry, I'm like trying to sort stuff as I'm talking. I was able to find a number of Newbery winning books. So I picked up When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead. I think it's Stead. This has to do with like a girl who starts receiving mysterious notes. So I got it because it was a Newbery winner. I found The Slave Dancer by Paula Fox. This is also a older Newbery winner. I don't even remember what year this one was. When was this written? 1973. So I found that one. I also found A Year Down Yonder by Richard Peck. That's a Newbery winner that I picked up that I just grabbed to have. All right, and then I got a couple of middle grade that my next door neighbor actually recommended to me. I had mentioned to her that I was interested in reading Percy Jackson with my older girls, and she was like, if you are interested in Percy Jackson, you really need to read this book series, because she likes this even better. This is Michael Vade, The Prisoner in Cell 25. It's by Richard Paul Evans, and it has to do with these kids who have like electrical powers, I think. He's a 14-year-old kid, so maybe this is more YA. But yeah, I don't really know anything else about it, but I got the first 2 books. I do believe this is a Christian author, though, so I have no idea. But I got those because they were, like I said, $1 a piece and sounded good. And she's been telling me for a long time that I need to read them. So I probably need to read them. All right, and then 2 just like totally random, haven't even looked these up yet, cover buys for me, middle grade cover buys. Beryl the Pig's Tale by Jane Simmons. Like, you guys, can you see that pig? How stinking cute. I have a thing for pigs. I just think they are the cutest little animals. This is like illustrated all the way through. Of course, I just opened a page that is not. It's illustrated all the way through with pigs. I don't even know what this is about. It has to do with Beryl longs for a family, and I don't know. Something about why it has to do with wild pigs too, though. Got that. And then this one I got, Horton's Miraculous Mechanisms. How gorgeous is that book? I just think that's beautiful. Magic, Mystery, and a Very Strange Adventure by Lisa Evans. That name sounds familiar. Lisa Evans. I have no idea, but like, it's just the end papers have a map. So cool looking. No clue what it's about. Let's see. The telephone cord was hanging from the receiver, wire sticking out of the broken dangling end. Time to go, Stuart thought, and then the phone rang. When 10-year-old Stuart stumbles upon a note daring him to find his great uncle's hidden workshop full of wonderful mechanisms, trickery, and magic, he sets out on an adventure of a lifetime. You guys, I'm totally enthralled with that. Okay. I did get another YA Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Anne Brashers. This is one that I have a ton of nostalgia for. I read this entire series when I was in college, and I loved it so much. I love the movies. I was obsessed. And so I had all of these books, and then I went through a phase many years ago where I got rid of all my books because I don't really reread books. And so I just got rid of everything because I didn't need to own it anymore. And so since then, I'm like, I want to reread the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I want to have it on my shelf. And I've been looking at the thrift stores, and usually they're really beat up, and this one is brand new. So I got that because I just love it. Okay. A nonfiction I found was Lauren Graham's Talking as Fast as I Can, From Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls and Everything in Between. I have read this book before, and I loved it so much, and I'm glad I have it for my shelves. Another nonfiction that I found is the Read Aloud Handbook by Jim Trelease. This is the book that the Read Aloud family, the podcast, is based off of. She read this and then was inspired, and she has a whole business now that centers around Read Aloud. But and I cannot remember what her name is now. It's gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, this just has a bunch of stuff about reading aloud, the importance of reading aloud, and it includes a giant treasury of great read aloud books. And it is in really, really great shape. So grab that. One that was on one of my growing TBR lists a couple months ago that I saw is Andy Andrews' The Noticer. And then when I was standing in line, somebody was like, that book is so good. So I'm glad I got it. It has deckled edges, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's really short. So I'm excited to get to this. I have no idea really what this is about. It has to do with this guy, I think, that comes to a town, and he just notices things about people and points them out and makes a difference. All right, and then I have two cover buys here that I know nothing about. I just read the back of the book. I probably should have looked them up, but I didn't. The first is Princess Elizabeth's Spy by Susan Elia McNeil. It says a Maggie Hope mystery. I didn't see that part before I bought it. That's okay though. It's World War II. It's out during World War II, and it has to do with a woman who was a former secretary to Prime Minister Winston Churchill. She becomes a spy, and she becomes Princess Elizabeth's. She will tutor the young Princess Elizabeth. I just sounded good, so I got it. And then the last one I have here is called Amy Snow by Tracy Rees. And honestly, the only reason I got this is because it's blurbed by Kathleen Grissom, who wrote The Kitchen House. It says a total delight by Kathleen Grissom. This has to do, it's an orphan young woman who inherits a coded letter that launches a search for her best friend's final secret. I don't know. Winner of the UK's Richard and Judy search for a bestseller competition. I have no idea, but it's very floppy, which I love. But yeah, so that's Amy Snow. Anyway, so I just got it because I wanted it. It was $1.50. That's everything. That's all I got. It's too many books. I don't want to count them as always because I don't know. I just don't. So anyway, if you have heard of any of these books, I would love to hear your comments about them down below in the description box. If you think that I should prioritize some over others, let me know. If you have thrifted or gotten any good book deals lately, let me know. I will leave my referral link for Book Outlet down below in the description box. I will also try to list as many of these books as I can down below in the description box. I have started doing that. The links that are down there are affiliate links, just so you know. So do not feel compelled to have to use those, but if you're interested or you're curious about any of the books, I have those all linked down below. The Book Outlet referral code will give you $10 off your first order. So use it if you want, don't if you don't want. And yeah, other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.